All right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. I'll welcome you to this week's Wrestling Gold Friday night. Uh-oh, wrong knob. Right knob. That's the right knob. Uh-oh. Hello. There we go. That's the right knob. Testing. There we go. Hello. Thank you all for joining me. Dadgummit. What's going on now? All right, that should be right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I am never prepared for live stream. Just I make believe I am prepared. Don't check everything. And I about busted my eardrums because I had the earphones too loud. But hey, it is Friday. It's Friday the 13th, people. Anybody got any bad luck stories today? Let me know in the chat. Yes, this is the fun show where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real, because damn it, it is still real to us. How's everybody doing? So if you have any, because we'll talk about wrestling and somehow jump into something else, because that's what we do. We just wing it here. But if you got any bad bad luck stories for today, let me know. Let's see. Do I have any really? Kinda. Just work related kind of stuff though. Yes. It was just kind of one of those. How can I say this? You take one step forward, then something happens, you take 5 steps back type deals, or just any little thing just went, kind of haywire. It's like I was trying to pack my stuff in today to head back home this morning. Of course, usually I park somewhere where it's kind of towards the end. Nobody's going to park there. Everybody wants to get closer to the door. Especially the day I'm like Thursday, since I'm heading home Friday. So I leave the hotel, pack my stuff up. But anyway, 2 cars were parked right, because I tried to leave one space kind of open at the very end. That way I can get my stuff in. But somebody parked there and parked right next to me on both sides. And if you've been to any parking lot, grocery store, Waffle House, hotel, they cram those parking spots in. So they would park right. I think one of them was a little. Basically, one car was hugging the line, and one of them had the tire right on the line. So I had to like back up in the middle of the driveway. Then put my stuff in, open the doors, put my stuff in, because I had samples to bring back, so I couldn't like put anything in the bed of the truck. and I still had samples I had to put in the truck as well. So that was kind of it. Then, of course, going through that, you know, hard hat drops, backpack drops, Gatorade bottle drops. This is one thing leads to another. Just a little bit of a frustrating morning this morning, but other than that, it was pretty good. So yes, I am live in a living color. So like I said, join me in the chat. Share some memories. Like I said, tell me your little horror stories. But yeah, it is Friday night, so yeah, went by the store today, and yeah, so it's a little bottle. I don't know if you can read that. It is Jack Daniel's Gentleman Jack. Ron, Ron Ray, why'd you buy such a little bottle? Cheapest thing in the store. Basically that's why. Was going to get another 6-pack of beer, but I seen this and thought it'd be a little different, you know. And instead of the usual beer, I still can't get rid of that Modelo. But I even asked the cashier. I was like, "Do you drink?" And she was like, "No." It's like, well, she didn't iterate, saying, "I don't drink often, you know, once in a blue moon." It's like, I don't guess you like Modelo, do you? I'll bring it back here. But anyway, so I seen this. Like I said, it was pretty cheap. Thought it'd be a little different. Have a little toast with everybody and see how it is. I mean, I was thinking about getting a. Smells good. I was thinking about getting a full bottle, but I was like, yeah. And like I said, this was like cheapest thing in the store. Oh, some got on me a little bit. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So yes, let me know in the chat what you folks are drinking this evening. Other than that, yeah, I can't hesitate. I'm not a hesitator when it comes to doing shots. So cheers to all you folks who worked hard this week, who are working hard this weekend as well. Cheers to all you folks, and let's have some fun. Not bad. It's definitely not a cold. Excuse me, not a cold one. Damn, that is pretty good. Yeah, well, I read reviews on it after I got it, of course. It says it's not supposed to go down as harsh, but can't really tell the difference. Just tastes like Jack Daniels and a different sticker on it. That's it. But yeah, should have probably drunk this last week or the week before last when it was a bit colder. That would have definitely helped instead of a cold beer. But it definitely tastes better than Modelo. I guarantee y'all that. Guarantee y'all that tastes better than Modelo. Well, what's up, Joe King? Yes, yeah, like I said, join me in the chat. Give me a hello as well. Let me know you're out there if you're watching this live. And all that good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of been a long week. I had to be at the site at 3 a.m. or 2:30 really, because I digress. Get there a little early, get my stuff set up, but the pour started at 3 a.m. Luckily, it wasn't that cold. It was a little chilly, but not like freezing cold like it was the week prior. So that was good. But that went smoothly. But man, I mean, I'm still feeling it a little bit. I guess the old age is kicking in. But yeah, I remember having a conversation with somebody talking about Friday the 13th. The friend I was talking to, she was big on she was actually big in the Indiana Jones movies. Anytime any of the Indiana okay, first of all, she's the one that told me that there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. The other 2, this is a figment of your imagination, imagination, but there's only 3: Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. And just having an off the wall conversations talking about how the very first Friday 13th is more grounded than Temple of Doom. She was like, "How you figure? You know, it's a Jason movie." I was like, "Haha." The first Friday the 13th technically didn't. Jason went doing the stalking, and uh, it was Mrs. Voorhees that was doing it, the mother, and she was no supernatural thing or cosmic ghost or anything like that. Yeah, we actually talked about that in the last week's episode, talking about the Friday the 13th movies, trying to figure out which one's worse. Jason Takes Manhattan or Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know. It's pretty close. All right. This ain't another beat or anything. This is, oh, that's kind of cool. Anyway, this is just yeah, business is about to pick up here. Shot of whiskey and an energy drink. I ain't gonna be able to shut up now. But yeah, we talked about that last week. Like I said, or I, however you want to say it, kind of digressing other stuff. But yes, the main focus of all my shows is talking about the sport of professional wrestling. We start off every Wrestling Gold Friday night talking about the history of professional wrestling. Of course, we've done mention countless times. It is Friday 13th, so as I'm yapping, just put in the chat there if you have any bad luck Friday 13th stories today. We will help you mend your wounds or whatever. When's Valentine's Day, by the way? Does anybody know when Valentine's Day is? Because I see a lot of shit up today, Valentine's stuff up today, or not today. Last week when I went to the store. Tomorrow, whoops, my bad. So I guess Sunday all the good candy is gonna be half price, right? See, there's only one time I'll buy candy full price, and that is on Halloween. You know I shouldn't be eating candy. What's that? Like I know what date. What I mean, I don't even know what the what. I guess Valentine's Day is the 14th. Like I know that. Not knowing when Valentine's Day is goes in a long list of why I'm single. That's gotta be on. Oh, I didn't think about that. I'll probably do that. I will probably. I didn't think about that. Might do that. I actually do got that on DVD, Blu-ray. Anyway, we'll talk about the horror movies later. But yeah, I think I have it, but I think it's a 3D version. I got the remake. Yeah, I think I got the remake with in 3D or something like that. Because it came with the glasses. This is so fucking cool. Sorry, I'm easily amused. So let's get into it. talk about a little history of professional wrestling, because this is a wrestling show, not a horror show, which I do love talking about horror. All right. On this day in 1978 in West Palm Beach, Florida, at the Auditorium, Dusty Rhodes battled NWA World Champion Harley Race to a draw. Andre the Giant won a battle royal, of course. That's what he did back in the day. He would come into the territory, work a few dates, pop the house, and just compete in battle royals and win them. And he got cheered for it. It's like, yeah, everybody knew he was going to win it, but they still cheered him and still paid money to see Andre the Giant. But I mean, you got to think this guy was what, over 7 feet tall. Nobody really seen that, especially in wrestling before. So he was a big drawing attraction. I mean, that's the reason he never. I know he's won some championships, but as far as being, and of course, you talk about when the Hulkamania thing boomed and stuff like that. This guy was the epitome of he didn't need a belt. Dude was already over. His championship was he was over 7 foot tall. I guess 300 to 400 pounds. I forgot his final weight when he was retiring or his last little run, but I think it was 400 and something. But yeah, people just come to see this big giant. And of course, he would come in also to be a tag team partner to whoever babyface. I just recently watched some Georgia Championship Wrestling, the one where Ole Anderson turned against Dusty Rhodes, the infamous one at the Omni where he said he planned it all along, had to play like he was nice guy and team with Tommy Rich, be nice to Tommy Rich and those types, just to be ready to lure Dusty Rhodes in a cage and then turn against him. But the following week or a couple weeks after that, Dusty Rhodes had a partner. He said, "Hey, let me tell you something, Ole Anderson. I offered up my innocence, and you pay me back with scorn. But now the American dream, baby, is going to come with that big nasty giant. Yes, I'm talking about Andre the Giant. He's going to be my partner. I know I can trust the big giant. Big Andre going to come in and be my partner. Ole Anderson, you bring that nasty Russian Avakolov or your brother there, Gene Anderson. It don't matter, baby. I got the giant." So yeah, he would come in and do that. I think we talked about it before where I think it was Bill Watts Jr. interview where Vince Sr. would call Bill Watts and say, "Hey, I want this talent." Let's just say Stan Hansen. He can't budge. I mean, or he can't fight it really because Stan Hansen's going to go regardless, with or without his blessing. So might as well play nice. And Vince Sr. understood that. So hey, once go ahead, finish up Stan Hansen. After Stan Hansen leaves, I gave you Andre for a couple weeks, and a lot of promoters dug that because that was 2 weeks of sellouts. Having Andre there, the attraction that he was. All right. On this day in 1982, the NWA Pacific Northwest Championship was held up following a match between Brett Sawyer and Buddy Rose in Portland, Oregon. Of course, Brett Sawyer is the brother of Buzz Sawyer. The match, the title was held up after the match due to disputed or non-conclusive finish, controversial finish. I was trying to look up what happened, but couldn't find it nowhere. But in 3 days, Brett Sawyer wound up defeating Buddy Rose in a rematch in Tampa, Florida, to officially regain the held up championship. And that's funny. What was the match in Florida? Oh well. On this date in 1988 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at the Met Center, with the attendance being 7,064, billed as a Twin Cities tribute to Mad Dog Vachon, a legendary guy there. This, of course, card was brought to you by the World Wrestling Federation. Scott Casey defeated Terry Gibbs. Danny Spivey defeated Lanny Poffo. Brutus Beefcake. Yes, he was Brutus, the barber Beefcake at the time. Defeated Greg Valentine. Ken Patera with Crusher in his corner. Pinned Demolition Axe. Killer Bees defeated the Conquistadors. Jose Estrada and Jose Luis Riviera. Danny Davis, the referee, not Nightmare Danny Davis, defeated Sam Houston. Ron Bass fought Junkyard Dog to a double disqualification. And in the main event, Hulk Hogan teamed up with Bam Bam Bigelow with Mad Dog Vachon in his corner to defeat the guy we was just talking about, Andre the Giant and Ted DiBiase. Also on this date in 1988, Ivan Koloff and the Powers of Pain, Warlord and the Barbarian, defeated NWA World Six-Man Tag Team Champions Dusty Rhodes and Road Warrior Hawk and Paul Ellering. So I guess for whatever reason, Animal went there. Doesn't really give the whole match card. Maybe he had a world title match or something like that. But yeah, it was actually the Road Warriors and Dusty Rhodes, the six-man championship. Cool looking belts, by the way. Not to sound like a total belt mark. I kind of dug the powers, especially Barbarian. I mean, a lot of big men had the big boot, the big kick to the face. Bruiser Brody, probably the best one. Close second's got to be Barbarian's big boot to the face. I think he did use that as a finisher at one time, call it the kick of fear or something like that. But Barbarian's pretty freaking cool. And finally, on this date in 1994, Smoky Mountain Wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee, presented Sunday Bloody Sunday at the Civic Coliseum, drawing 3,950 people. Anthony Michaels pinned the Hornet, the legendary masked wrestler, the Hornet. Everybody remembers him. Kind of underrated, but very good. Don't get talked about enough these days. I'm being sarcastic. Yes, I am, because that's what I do. Anyway, Chris Candido pinned Tracy Smothers. Doug and Mike Furness. Yes, Doug was a part of a team with Dan Crawford, the Can-Am Express. That Doug Furness. His brother had a little cup of coffee in wrestling. His name, of course, was Mike Furness. They defeated the Heavenly Bodies, Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard, in a football helmet on a pole match. The Bullet. Bob Armstrong defeated Terry Funk in a Texas death match. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, defeated Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, the Heavenly Bodies, by disqualification. Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony defeated Brian Lee in a chain match to win the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Championship. And the Bruise Brothers, Ron and Don Harris, defeated the Moondogs, Rex and Spot. And that concludes this week's today in wrestling history. Not the total week, but at least today. But yes, speaking of Friday the 13th, yes, I did pick. It's been a while since we did Calgary for the watch along, so why not? And yes, I picked it because I was scrolling through. It's like, wait a minute, there was a Jason the Terrible wrestle for Stampede. So I put in the little search engine on YouTube and found this. So I think he wrestles once, and he was actually pictured right there. I was like, okay. Uh, skimmed through it a little bit to see if he does wrestle, but I know he was announced to wrestle, so I was like, okay, good enough. So I saved it and all that good stuff. Oh, sorry. But and yes, the basically I'm saying yeah, the reason I picked this one is because it is Friday the 13th, and he was a hockey mask wearing guy named Jason the Terrible. I was thinking about finding something from Mid South, but I was like, might say Mid South for another time. But it's been, you know, like I said, it's been a while since we gone to Canada, gone to Calgary wrestling, eh? To show us what wrestling's all about. Uh, wrestling at the bit at its best. Well, those guys showing us what it's all about. So, going to take a quick commercial break here, and then get ready and see if everybody else is ready. Let's see. Let's put the link in the chat. Bam. And we're going to take a brief commercial break, but we'll be right back after this message. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All righty. Let's see. Joe King, you ready? Hopefully you folks at home, rest of you folks at home are ready. About to do a countdown here. Like I said, I am live here, so join me in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, on the recording, uh, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about Calgary. Any memories, any opinions you have about anything I brought up today. Anything. Just share them in the chat or share them in the comments. I'll answer them or I'll respond accordingly. That was actually pretty good. Might have to buy a bigger bottle. So we ready? I'm going to count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. Oh, yes. Two referees in the main event. We'll tell you what's on the boot. Randy Thatcher, the legendary the legend himself, Randy Thatcher. What is your favorite Randy Thatcher match, folks? And Joe LaPace, yes, very underrated. An accomplished athlete in itself. He was a, four-time All-American in golf at Calgary Middle School in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So yes, this is not the same place they do their TV tapings. It's usually like the Calgary Stampede Arena, wherever it is. But if you read the comments, I think it's said why. Let me scroll down here. Okay, this is during the '88 Olympics, so of course the Olympic community was using the Stampede grounds, therefore they went here to film their TV during the Olympics. So yes, straight out of the front row. Oh, he got the now Calgary or Stampede Wrestling kind of borrowed from soccer. If they break the rule a little bit, they get like a yellow card warning or something like that. Kind of make things a little different. Eh? Oh, the Thatcher man, Thatchering up here. This is coup de grace, the big, big, big reversal suplex. Oh. Surprised that this other gentleman was able to kick out. I say he was a 10-time All-American in Frisbee golf at Calgary Elementary School. So accomplished athlete. Yeah, good old. Now Thatcher, he not the accomplished athlete as per se. I think he did play a little chess. Actually, not chess. He was a two-time All-American in checkers at the Calgary preschool. But after that, he kind of started hanging out with the rougher crowd and stuff like that. So he started probably around fifth grade, going to the bars, became a bouncer at one time, hung out with the Hells Angels of Calgary, and rode his tricycle around. So basically, he got his education from School of Hard Knocks. Tough, tough, tough individual. Been on the street since he was 8 years old. Oh, that was close. That was the world famous sunset flip. Eh? Yes, Mecha sign is Norman and Canada language. Oh, we're down 10 seconds. Backslide one. Oh. And we got to see this is the classic Broadway. Goes to the 10-minute or it goes to the time limit, and we got the snazzy music. Now this is two people I have heard of. I've heard of Steve DeSalvo, Steve Strong. Uh, a name. Well, he used the name Steve Strong in most of the American promotions. Beef Wellington, pretty much just kept his career in Canada. Very well spoken of by the Hearts and a lot of people who wrestle in the Stampede territory. Of course, wearing the usual Stampede design gear. You got the lightning bolt, got the knee pads on the outside, got the bra straps. And there's a dreaded. It's all done, son. But by golly, that is Steve Strong. That's one big old SOB. Yeah, you can't confuse those two. Crusher Blackwell was slightly bigger, slightly thicker. Oh, so we might get to see Jason shortly, maybe, because the commentator mentioned that hey, Steve and Jason were partners at one time, wrestling partners, tag team partners. Who they tag team, I don't know. If you ever go to Calgary and see a big jacked up dude wearing a hockey mask, that will be the offspring of what happened to uh, the Calgary Rat after Jason the Terrible and Steve DeSalvo tag teamed her. Oh, wow, you're way ahead of me. So yes, they have a summer camp wrestling school where you can. I'll imagine this where you train in a dungeon with the legendary Stu Hart. Yeah, yeah, I show you some moves here. I show you some wrestling holds. I am at home. No, I'm just kidding. 9 minutes 43 seconds. That is a big jacked up dude. Now I mean, honestly, I do, no joking around, I do remember reading about Steve Strong, Steve Salvo in the wrestling magazines. A lot of people wrote that he had potential in the best way they could. Oh, that is the worst looking DDT I've ever seen, though. That was a ugly, ugly, ugly DDT. There's a tombstone. Yeah. Freaking savage. Oh, here he is. Straight from Camp Crystal Lake is Jason the Terrible. He's coming in, making a save. And apparently, the fans of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, forgives him of all the terrible things he's done, especially at Camp Crystal Lake. Yes. Let's face it, some of those kids were annoying. some of those some of those counselor kids at Camp Crystal Lake, they were annoying. They let him drown while they were doing things. Mother. Yeah, that's what he gets for singing about Jason's mother. Mother, don't let your kids go. Whatever, however it goes. Yeah, Jason said he took the Misfits side of the breakup. Ah, Pearl harbored him. God, gotta love the '80s promos. Yes, yes. This guy, he Pearl harbored me, brother. What kind of question is that? Don't be a retard. He don't have any vertebrae. He's freaking Jason, you dumbass. Oh, Goldie Rogers. Oh, Hermie. Hermie the Herman Hermit is the referee. Anybody watch that, or anybody remember that movie Fletch? Doesn't he look like the Fletch's boss at the newspaper, the referee? It's at Camp Crystal Lake, you jackass. Yes, he did. Stole its. Well, I mean, what's Brett gonna do? Look how big that dude is. It's like, sure, you can have my glasses. Territory days, he was in WWF. Brett was in the WWF. Steve was here. Nobody cared. Oh, Jason, not not as vicious as he usually is. Using some scientific wrestling here. Back, 4 years prior to this, he would have done snatched that dude's arm off and beat him with it, and probably stabbed him with it. Jason does not do jobs, especially to Goldie's arms. Nope, no jobs given today, brother. Oh, dude, do you know who you poking the eyes with? Who you choking there? Ah, damn, we missed Owen Hart by 1 week. You about to get red carded, dude, or another yellow card. How's it work? How's it work? You get like 2 or 3 gold card or yellow cards, and yes, the guy who played Fletch's boss, Frank Walker, name is Richard Libertini. Libertini, I guess that's right. Looks just like that referee. Huge, huge, huge power slam. Uh-oh. Jason came back. There's a power bomb. That's got to be it. At that time, nobody kicked out a power bomb. So that's a young, very young Brian Pillman. Yes, I take it Wayne Hart was kind of listening to a young Jeff Jarrett and his promos. Yeah, spare no pain today, brother. Yeah, BJ's Gym. Rick Bronsky. I hate the rain and sunny weather. Oh no. And I hate the beach and mountains too. Woo woo. He loves he loves food. That is the legendary trucker Norm. The legendary Bastion Booger. Rip Rogers and Kerry Brown versus Chris Benoit and Johnny Smith. Eh, Rip Rogers is another guy who's definitely doesn't get spoken of enough. I mean, not only was he pretty good in the ring, pretty good heel, knew how to get heat, but he trained a few people as well. He was the I guess the head trainer at Ohio Valley. I mean, even before WWE took over, as it or not took over, but per se, just put money into it, be the developmental territory. So yeah, Johnny Smith, by the way, was billed as Davy Boy Smith's brother, which that's not true, but I do remember Dynamite's book. Uh, one of the few people, well, actually, here's two people in the ring that, uh, Chris Benoit and Johnny Smith that Davy or Dynamite Kid actually spoke well of. Said Johnny was a pretty nice guy, and of course, I mean, and unfortunately, we know what happened to Chris Benoit. And Johnny, he had a little bit of a American exposure. I do remember him have a match in ECW. Of course you do. I mean, see, Rip Rogers and Jerry Brown was just a little ahead of their time. Cowboys that wore pink. And the fans are calling the heels English cigarettes. Duck. See, they were Brokeback Mountain Cowboys before Brokeback Mountain, especially if according to the fans, what the fans were cheering for or chanting. I don't see Brenda Britton out there though. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's probably what she'd say. I said, nah, nope. I don't know. Jerry Brown almost looks like Adrian Adonis. Right at the last second. Which is kind of sad to say. Adonis did pass away this year, or in '88, in a car accident. That's it. Big flying elbow. Threw him over the top rope. Referee didn't see it. In '88, that would have been a disqualification. I kind of missed it. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's this one rule I kind of miss. Yeah, he was also in Canada when that accident happened. I, was he working? Trying to think. I don't know if he was working in for Stampede for the Hearts or that might have been. Turn around, Frank. Threw him over the top rope again. So yeah, Adonis passed away in July of '88. Yeah, they swerved to avoid the moose. But yeah, it was but he was riding with the twins, the Kelly twins, Mike and gosh, who was it? Yeah, Mike and Pat Kelly, and the promoter. I forgot his name though. I think he wrestled as the Bear or something like that. But but the sole survivor was Mike Kelly, I believe. There it is, the sneaky sleeper. It's Coup de Grace, the sneaky sleeper. Oh, one. That's it. Ring the bell. Oh, see, that's how you do it. Build just that little bit builds a little drama. Oh, there's that all four men in the ring. It is break it down in Tulsa. Yep, the Knuckle Duster. I guess that's Canadian for brass knuckles. Yeah, sitting there just kind of watching Chris Benoit, man. I mean, it's sad what happened to Nancy and their kid, but not sure how old he would have been right now. But pretty sure he might be retired by now. Maybe maybe one of those NXT coaches, or definitely would have been in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it. I mean, I'll sit here and admit I was a huge fan of Chris Benoit, but for whatever reason, he went nuts one weekend, and all that respect he had, and just died with it. I mean, the only positive thing you can say about that, it did kind of raise awareness and concussions and things like that in all sports. The Ripperoni. Okay. Oh, moccasin. Now, yeah, Leo Burke I've heard of. I've heard his name mentioned in shooting reviews and stuff like that. Can't really say I know a whole lot about his career. I've done it before where I just tap the screen and it kind of fast forward. Wait a minute. I can't remember. I think I got when they had the WWE Network and they had the old Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling. I think Leo Burke was on a couple episodes. Didn't stay long. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when you, especially if I'm watching on the phone, I can just barely touch the screen, and sometimes it'll, I'll, they'll be talking about something else. Wait a minute, did I miss something? Well, that big melon head, pretty sure if he really wanted to headbutt somebody, it'd freaking kill him. That's one. I mean, I tell people I got a big old melon head. Good gosh. Karachi Crunch. Just right here. Old Norman here, or Mike Shaw, real name, was trained by Killer Kowalski. Spent a lot of time in Canada. Wrestle. Let's see, what's it called? And or yeah, Vancouver's NWA All Star Wrestling. Then 1982 went to Stampede and stayed there till 89. Ooh, barely got that shoulder up. Mackin's like, look, I'm kind of fat here. When fat guys do a splash, that's it, ref. Get with the program. Here comes the crunch. And he got moved. This announcer's kind of annoying. Seems like one of those announcers that, trying to make himself a star. Oh, you're about to get yellow card. Oh, there it is. And that is the perfect example of this sneaky sleeper. Went right behind, snuck right behind him, clamped it on. That sneaky sleeper around that. Pop goes the weasel, the weasel. Pop, pop goes the weasel, the weasel. Yes, Knuckle Duster is the Canadian, what Canadians call brass knuckles. Oh, this got disqualified. Hey, he's got the sleeper on the weasel. Oh, it's a knuckle duster. Yeah, this Wailing, whatever his name is, freaking annoying. Eh? You're freaking annoying. Freaking annoying announcer, eh? Yeah, he wants to like argue with the wrestlers. Nah, shut up, dude. Just hold the microphone. Ask questions. You know, maybe you know, every now and then say, well, that's not what we seen, eh? I think he's trying to hit on the blonde there. Good gosh. Gee whiz. Eh? Trying to hit on the woman. Eh? Here's that big 6-man match. Karate. Eh? Just a flesh wound. That's all it is. It's just a flesh wound. Oh, Gamma Ray. Don't make him hangry. Oh, Jerry Morrow. Another name I didn't see a whole lot of, but read his name in the magazines. He's receiving a whooping. Hmm. Yes, he has a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. He'll be okay. Yeah, I thought they were supposed to have 2 referees in this. Where's the other referee saying, hey, get him out of the corner? Eh? Get him out of the corner, eh? Oh, we got a yellow card now, eh? So, yeah, okay, they explained it there. 2 yellows. You get 2 yellows, you get a red. And it's It's the pay window they go, except for the one that got the red card got a little less of the money, if you will, baby. Here comes Pillman. Oh, here we go. Brucey's about trying to make a comeback. He's saying, "Told you I'll be okay, eh? Just a flesh wound, eh?" And there we go, the sleeper. Oh no, it's a cobra. My bad. The Shinamaki. Oh, he's going for the coup de grace. That's it. Big knee. But does it go for the pin? This may backfire on them. Oh, that was interesting. Look at them peeling with the martial arts kicks. Hey, Footlocker, turn around here. Oh, that ruined your social plans. And of course, referee didn't see it. That would have been a disqualification, or that would have been a red card. Two red cards. We got both of them. The great Gamma. Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry. Might have a riot here, eh? Big net breaker. It's coup de grace. Yeah, Brian Pillman had probably one of the best drop kicks ever. All right, this is a classic here. Front face lock. He gets to corner, makes a tag, but partner gets the ref's attention and didn't see the tag. Get your ass back in the corner. I ain't see crap. Uh-oh. And he missed. It's like, what are you standing there for? Oh, it is breaking down here in Tulsa, folks. They said, oh, I can't control this shit no more. Shut up, announcer. We're gonna have a bunkhouse brawl here next week, or they're gonna have one. Yeah, that Wayne Horror, he was reminds me a lot of George Goulas, which I mean I don't think if I remember correctly, I don't think Wayne had any interest trying to be a wrestler. He was fine being a referee, and I think Stu was like, yeah, Wayne, you be a referee. Yeah, I think that's how that conversation went. Brian got to see some young talent though. Got to see a young Pillman. Got to see a young Chris Benoit. Kind of sad seeing that. Man, that's two guys two talented guys that we lost back in Pillman in the '90s. Man, I mean, gosh, how big would a how big of a career would Pillman have had, especially with that loose cannon gimmick he was doing? It was over. They wound up getting that vehicle accident, a Hummer accident, wrecked his Hummer, messed up his ankle bad. And you definitely can tell it's like when he wrestled, you definitely tell he lost a step or two. But during that time, I mean, he wouldn't have lost a step or two. I mean, Pillman was getting out of the whole flying Brian deal, being the loose cannon, being more of a brawler type of heel, or more of a ring technician type of heel. This and every time I think about loose cannon gimmick, I think of Center Stage. Uh, Pillman, who was doing the loose cannon gimmick, was a member of the Four Horsemen because he just helped Arn win and all that. Then Flair turned against Sting in the tag team match, but Pillman was a horseman doing a loose cannon gimmick, and at Center Stage he had a match with Todd Morton. Todd, I don't think even though Todd Morton did technically get a near fall in that match, didn't get too much offense at all. Got that chest lit up, just chops all the way around. Um, and I think, yeah, I think him with a pile driver, lay down and threw Todd Morton's, body across his. Referee count 1, 2, and he was a loose cannon. He did shit like that. Then, of course, he wound up pinning Todd Morton, but yeah, that one of the most entertaining matches I've ever seen live. I mean, like I said, poor Todd. Todd Morton Ricky Morton's brother, I think, did not have a chance in that match. Just like I said, Pillman lit his chest up with those chops. Yeah, I think yeah. Didn't they edit some of that out? I can't remember. But yeah, watching it live though, it was freaking hilarious. But yeah, like I said, there's no telling how big of a star, much bigger of a star he would have got um, if he didn't pass away. First of all, I mean, if that ankle would have healed up right and everything, you know, with the gimmick he was doing, he'd have been all right. But because it did seem like he was doing a lot, even doing the in WCW the loose cannon gimmick. He was kind of he was keeping to the basics basically. He's like, okay, I got this gimmick. It's getting over. Or was it a gimmick? But yeah, suckered suckered Eric Bischoff and WCW to release him so he can sign with WWF. And he might would have came back. Who knows? It just depends on how big of a star he would have gotten. I mean, we probably would have had Steve Austin versus Brian Pillman WrestleManias. Heck, that gimmick might wind up turning Pillman, probably the biggest babyface, especially during that Attitude Era. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if I remember correctly, they edited out some of the funny parts of that match. I think they did edit out the cover part. Maybe I can't remember. I wonder if I can. I think at one time I did find it on YouTube. This might be it. Ah, dude. Yes, I found it. Hold on a second. Here is a bonus match. Let's see here. Let me yeah, like you said, Joe, that gimmick was catching fire, but yeah. Here's a link to it. Let me know when you push play. Yes, a bonus little watch along. We're gonna watch a WCW Saturday night match with Brian Pillman versus Todd Morton. I think it aired on January 20th, 1996. All right. Oh, all right. Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. Can you hear anything on my end besides me speaking? Yeah, there's that old man always dressed up as Hulk Hogan. All right, cool. Dusty Rhodes on comment. Dusty Rhodes and Tony Schiavone on commentary, baby. Look at this freaking nut. So yeah, okay, yeah. Stephen Michael, Brian Pillman, Chris Benoit. Oh no, no, wait a minute. It was yeah, okay, Benoit, Pillman, Anderson, and Flair. Then Pillman left. That's when they brought Mongo in as a four horseman. Oh, here it is. I thought he chopped him a few times in this match. I guess I was wrong. One, two. Ooh. Todd almost stole one there. God dang. Watched a couple of them. Yeah, he was him fighting the pencil. There's Mean. Woo, Gene. Damn. Yeah, that right there is just a taste. I mean, a small taste of Pillman. Yeah, the pencil. Uh, yeah, yeah, he was at the arena threatening to piss on the crowd. Fucking hilarious, dude. Gone way, way, way too soon. Just, I mean, God, about to hit a stride, about to hit a stride, about to really, what's the word I'm looking for? About to hit his prime. And he had, I mean, hell, when it was, just a babyface playing on Brian Pillman, I mean, he was a heck of a talent in the ring. I mean, he had good matches with Flair. Him and Tom Zink made okay tag team. They had good matches with the Midnight Express. Yeah, pulled the gun. That one I didn't like too much, but obviously they decided. I don't think they've really ever done that again. But yeah, I think didn't Melanie pass away? Melanie Pillman. Yeah, it I mean, like I say, WWF was about to really start that Attitude Era, and you have Pillman there just to be an agitator, of course. I mean, there's no telling what, like I said, probably like I said, Pillman and Austin and some WrestleManias. I'm pretty sure the crowd would have wound up, turning Pillman to a babyface as well. And of course, at that point, there'll be no no going back to WCW after that. Um, I've seen him a few times. He's getting better. I mean, Pillman Jr. Or Less King. He's getting a little bit better. Um, yeah, and he almost does kind of act crazy a little bit, but I mean, the little I've seen of him lately, but hopefully, I think he's going to be teaming with Stack or whatever his name is. So hopefully, maybe them two together uh, and with the, influx of people being called up to the main roster, he'll have an opportunity to kind of shine. But in ring wise, he seems like he's definitely getting a lot better. If he had stayed around, no offense to AEW fans, if he stayed there, he would have been. I mean, look at uh, Griff. What's his name? Griff Garrison. It'll pop up to me before I even type it up. I mean, they got him in some. What is it? Um, Not Parsi. What do you call that? Um, what do you call that thing? Fraternity gimmick, which kind of suit all of them and him and not all that. But well, she's doing it if you're not going to do anything with it. Just let it flounder. But yeah, a lot of legends are gone. But anyway, uh, going to go ahead and call it a night for this week. Appreciate everybody who tuned in live. Appreciate everybody who tuned in on the recorded replay. Like I said, leave a comment and all that good stuff. Tell your friends and they'll come back next week. We'll do this again. Um, let's see what else. Not sure what I have planned for next week. Like I said, just did a Stampede thing because it had Jason the Terrible, which that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to uh, end this one and make a little dinner and watch a Friday the 13th movie. Yeah, I mean, it looked like when they were first there, it almost seemed like they were high on him, Griff Garrison, but then they just, yeah, Griff will get the hot tag, um, clean house, but Pillman always took the pin. And it sounded like on the commentary, like Jim Ross's commentary and whoever's there, it seemed like they were kind of high on him. But that was a little bit before they, open up that checkbook and sign every free agent talent they could, ex WWE people they could. And that's what happens when you do that. You don't, you had enough at the beginning. You had enough um, veteran talent, enough accomplished veterans, but not, hitting their prime. People that are hitting their prime, and you got influx of younger guys. You could have just kind of gone with that and slowly start building up those young guys and girls, but no. It's like who's available this week? Who got let go or who asked for the release from WWE this week? Or who's from New Japan that don't want to go to WWE? And where are some of those folks at now? Injured or whatever, or just they don't know what to do with them now. But anyway, like I said, gonna call it a night, gonna fix some dinner, watch a Friday the 13th movie, probably pass out in the middle of it. It's been a long week, folks. But like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning in live. Appreciate all you folks who tune in on the recorded replay. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you will be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.